what's up? Ron here. Welcome to Time Walk TV. I hope you're all having a great day today. If you're new here, we post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday all about Magic the Gathering. So if you want to keep up with all my videos and you want to watch some more Magic, go ahead and click that red subscribe button down below. So today we're going to be taking a look at an old favorite, an older deck. Well, not that old actually. It's actually from like, a couple months ago, but it was one of the better decks back then, and I'd like to revisit it and kind of see what we have going. And that deck is green-white tokens. Stay tuned. Alright, welcome into Arena. We have our green-white tokens deck loaded up, ready to go. So let's go and take a look at some of the cards to see how it works here. So we have Legion's Landing to start. This is a Ixalan block card that has seen play in Vampires, Mono-White aggro, green-white tokens. Pretty much a mainstay. You kind of need this card. It makes a token, and it flips into Adanto the First Fort, and you can continue to make tokens for the rest of the game, so that's really good. Amara is, I wouldn't say super necessary, but it can actually get out of control a little bit. It's only a 2/2, but it does make a token every time you come in, or every time it taps, so when you're convoking it to either Conclave, Tribunal, or Loxodon, you're going to be making a token as well. So wasn't really too pleased with it too much, so I cut it down to 2. We'll see how it works as a 2 of. It used to be a 3, but yeah, we'll keep it as a 2 for now. A new card that we got from M20, an old returning card reprint, Raise the Alarm. So an instant speed card that gets you 2 1/1 white soldiers. So that's exactly what we want to do. Instant speed just is a plus. And then we have Sapling Migration, basically the same thing as Raise the Alarm except it's sorcery speed. But we do have a kicker for 4 that we can make 4 tokens instead of 2. So that's awesome. Another new card from M20 is Hanged Executioner. Now when I saw this card, I thought immediately we should put it into tokens. It's a flyer that comes in and makes a flyer. So we have a little bit of evasion where green-white tokens previously did not have any evasion. It was all on the ground and you just kind of force through your damage. So Hanged Executioner is actually nice that way. But on the other hand, you have this ability that allows you to exile a creature. So you're adding removal and interaction as well as evasion and damage. History of Benalia, super good card. It's going away in the fall, but I guess we'll give it another run while it's still here. Super powerful card that kind of fell off the radar, honestly. All these like smaller, aggressive mid-rangey decks kind of got overpowered by all the escape shift decks. So we'll go and give it a shot. March of the Multitudes, one of my favorite cards from the Ravnica block, mainly because it reminds me of Sphinx's Revelation, but this one just makes tokens with lifelink. It's got almost the same exact mana cost because Sphinx's Revelation was X, white, blue, blue, for draw X cards, gain X life. This one is X, green, white, white, and it's got Convoke, which is actually crazy, but X 1/1s with lifelink. So the Convoke actually is really good because we're all token source, going as wide as we can, and then, sometimes we can make 8, 10, 12 tokens. Gets out of hand from there, so something we really want to be doing. That's why we're running 4 of them. Conclave Tribunal, basically a free Oblivion Ring. Enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent. So sometimes you can go 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, and then play this for free on 3. It's actually pretty wild. Same with Venerated Loxodon. It's got Convoke as well, so we can tap all our creatures to cast, so we don't need to tap any of our lands. For those new to Magic, Convoke is a keyword that allows you to tap creatures to pay the cost. So 4 of anything, you can tap any kind of creature, and you can actually tap a white creature to satisfy the white part of the cost there. So that's pretty cool. And last we have Trostani Discordant? 5 mana, 1/4. Other creatures get +1/+1, so it anthems your creatures, and it makes 2 1/1 white soldier tokens with lifelink. And at the beginning of your end step, each player gains control of all the creatures that they own. So if we run into a Bant Manipulation deck or something along those lines where they're stealing our creatures, this is just going to get it back at the end of each turn. So, it kind of counters that a little bit. Mana base pretty simple. 4 of each of the duels. 16 basics. We have 10 plains and 6 forests. Let's go ahead and look at the, I guess I'll switch here. Look at the sideboard real quick. Just kind of threw this together, but 3 Veil of Summers, a lot of blue-black running around, 3 Baffling End, and 2 Devout Decree for zombies, red aggressive decks, anything down lower on the spectrum there. The aggressive matchup, basically. Knight of Autumn can also go against aggressive matchups because it gains 4 life, but this is just another way for us to interact with artifacts and enchantments as well. I'm trying out a Johnny Strength of the Pride. I think this is actually going to be really cool because his +1, you gain life for each creature you control, so you can kind of bolster your life total. Your minus will make it a Johnny Pride mate, so anytime you gain life, it gets a 1/1 counter. And the 0 is actually pretty sweet because if you have, I guess you start off with 20 life, if you get to 35 life and you 0 it, you're going to exile all your opponent's creatures and artifacts, as well as Johnny's going bye-bye as well. But that is kind of a huge swing, especially against a lot of these decks that go really wide and are, we get into these board stalls, we can bring a Johnny in. Same goes for Settle the Wreckage, same concept. No one's really playing around this card too much. No one really plays it, so kind of catch people off guard if they want to try to race us. If they swing in with all their team, we can settle them and then swing back and get the win. Last, I threw in a Nissa because this card is bonkers and I just wanted to try it out. So I had 1 slot left, so I thought I'd give it a try. So that's the deck. Let's go ahead and jump into some games, see how it does, and see if Green White Token still has what it takes to get some wins. Also, I know Rampaging Frostodon is unbanned. I know. And this deck is not the best deck to be playing against it, but you know what I say? Bring it on, Rampaging Frostodon. Bring it on. All right, let's take a look at our opening hand. We're here for round number 1, match number 1. See what we got. Looks pretty good, actually. We have our 2 drops into History, into Loxodon, so we have a really strong curve that's going to go really quickly here. So we just got to make sure, or just check and see if we want to do Sapling Migration or Amara first. So let's go ahead and keep this. We are on the draw, unfortunately, so we don't get to have the really cool draw where we get to go on the play here, but our opponent has milled to 5. So, oh, and look at that. We even got a 1 drop. How lucky. So lucky. Yes, I'll pay 2 life because I'm going to make a life linker. So, with this draw, we probably want to play Sapling Migration because that means on turn 3, we can do, what, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can probably do Loxodon on 3. So we have 2 3 drops here, basically. It depends on what they take. If they take, okay, so they're going to take Amara. They probably have, so this looks like more of a, what is it, Esper Hero deck. So I guess we'll just play our land, play our migration, make 2 guys, swing for 1. Depending on what they do, we'll probably play Loxodon, but History kind of seems really good on turn 3 after playing all these spells. Teferi, Time Raveler. So they're probably going to bounce one of our tokens to draw a card. That's fine. Let's play History because we want to kill Teferi. I could have played Loxodon there and got counters on my tokens, but that would have let Teferi plus, and that would have not been good for us. We don't want to let Teferi kind of get out of hand. Okay, so there's another Teferi. What are you going to do? Bounce my History or just bounce my token? I'm sick of you already. I'm sick of you already. We just started the game. So we'll do this, and we're going to tap 2 of our creatures and then all of our things because we want to take care of Teferi but still pump our board up a little bit. And we do have Conclave Tribunal for anything they play next. Plus we have the pump on this. Oath of Kaya. It's probably going to take care of the Knight. It's fine. What else you got? Disfigure. So they have removal.deck this time. Well, we still have 5 power on the board, so not too bad. Unfortunately, we can't flip Legion's landing yet. I think that's what they were doing. They went through 2 Teferis to try to slow us down as much as possible so they could get to their big Teferi. Now that's a draw. Okay, well, we're still doing this though. We're gonna tap all of our mana. Now, when you have convoke spells, you have to tap all your mana because you're able to tap your creatures for the casting cost too. But we'll hang on to this because next turn we might be able to do something really cool. So we have green. So if there's 3, 4, so we can do Bolas's Citadel. What? Yikes. That's not cool, dude. What? Yikes. Well, I guess we'll do this. Make another token. That way we can flip this next turn. Yeah, we'll keep this one. Swing. You gonna block? Nope. The Bolas's Citadel, you're gonna go to 6. Risky, risky, risky. We might actually lose to this. Ugh, gosh. Man, we are just getting rocked right now. Very surprised that Bolas's Citadel is doing well. Oh, no. Unless we draw a March of the Multitudes, I think we're dead. They somehow had the exact best draw ever conceived on the planet Earth. Yeah, we are super dead. That was very, very unfortunate that our opponent had the literal best draw possible. But hey, that happens sometimes. We could have had the same thing if they didn't thought erasure us. We would have went 1, 2, 3, and started smashing. Unfortunately, they had triple Teferi and all this other nonsense. So, bit unfortunate, but hey, that happens. So let's go and see what we can do into this next game here. I think Nissa's really good. Hanged Executioner isn't too good just because, they do have a lot of creatures. Maybe we bring in a Johnny because this kills each artifact and creature your opponent controls. You gotta have more than a bunch of life, though. Probably Veil of Summers are really good. I don't like Amara. And I don't like the Hanged Executioners too much. Let's try that. The Veil of Summers will protect us from their removal, and Nissa is really hard for them to deal with. So yeah, let's try like this. Our hand was great. They just had a little bit better hand. So sometimes that happens. You got to push through it. Not worry about it too much like I am. But this game could be a lot better since we are on the play. Not. Well, it's not looking that great. Yeah, I guess we'll mulligan. Now this hand looks great. This hand looks fantastic. So we probably get rid of the forest, to be honest. Just want the dual lands, white, white, green, green. Keep, get rid of the forest. We probably draw another land anyway, pay life, and play our Legion's End, and then we can either hold up Raise the Alarm or just play Sapperling Migration. They probably have brought in Cry of the Carnarium, so we'll see what they do. Because they probably brought in Cry, we'll play this now. That way later on we can play this at instant speed if they end up wanting to do that. If they... Okay, so they're not killing one of our creatures, so we're going to flip Legion's Landing. Now, I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're going to take Venerated Loxodon. That's fine. This is a good opportunity for us to flip our Legion's Landing really, really quickly, which is nice for us. Play our land and the turn. Now we can raise the alarm, end the turn after they cry, and then we can kind of move forward from there. Thought Erasure. Well, they're probably going to take March. March is only going to make 1 token. Well, we might as well just make 2. Now we're really, really, really going deep into the rabbit hole with all these little baby tokens here. And it's going to be pretty rough when they draw Cry of the Carnarium. But we have an endless supply of tokens for now, just to see what they draw here. They have a fistful of cards. A bit unfortunate that they just like it's so crazy because like I play all my spells really quickly. They only play 2 spells and then they are almost ahead. We'll just make a token. I'm gonna keep the cards in my hand for now. Yeah, we'll just keep these Teferis in check and just keep trying to beat down We'll leave the card in our hand. We want to make them assume that we have other cards. They probably have a big Teferi here. But we want to kind of build our hand up to make things a little more scary. They brought in Enter the God Eternals. Well, that's no good for us. They're going to make a 4/4 and gain 4 life? Yikes. No wonder no one plays this deck anymore. Sapling Migration. Okay. Oh, we'll keep beating down. They can only block 1. Yep, they're back down to where they were. Yep, and 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 5. Oh, it costs 6. Cancel. This costs 3. 1, 2, 3, and that. Okay, so we can't do either. So we'll just say go. What do you got for me, Dr. Leppy? Teferi Time Raveler. Another one? Yikes. Double Thought Erasure, double Teferi. That is rough sauce. Very rough. Sure. What do you got for me? Land Oath of Kaya? Nope, no Land Oath of Kaya. Okay. Pass the turn. Ooh, you can't do that. Okay. Well, that makes sense. I should have probably done that in response. I forgot. This makes me play Hearthstone. That's no fun. Ho ho! That is a draw. That is a draw. And everybody in the club getting tipsy. Ooh, the old disfigure trick. Yikes. Okay, well, they're at 3. Do they have a board wipe? I assume so, but, you know, I feel like they always have it. We will get rid of our Raise the Alarm, and they can gain 3 life. That's fine. They shock to 4. Thought Erasure. Boy, man, when you have it all, you got it all. That's rough, man. Ooh, we did it! They could block here in 2, 4, 6. Oh my gosh. I love complaining that they have it all and then winning. Goodness, this is a very, very hard deck to beat. Holy moly. Yeah, like a Nissa at any point would have been really good too. It's just tough with those Thought Erasures, and it just seems like they have all their land drops and all their removal and all their Teferis. It is just tough. Tough, tough, tough. I don't think we want to change anything, honestly. I think I like where our deck is currently. As long as they don't get too... I like this because it makes multiple. Yeah, maybe I take these out for Knight of Autumns because of Citadel. That could be a possibility. If we can somehow squeak out a victory against the draws our opponents had with this deck, then I feel like we're in a good spot to do well with this deck. But ooh, it's gonna be a tough game 3, that's for sure. Holy moly, it's been down to the wire, and this is not what I'm looking for because they're gonna Thought Erasure these out of our hands ASAP. Fortunately, we do have the mulligan, but our mulligans have looked pretty good with our 1-drops and stuff. Yep, 1, 2, 3. There we go, and we'll just kick a Forest out of here. Oh, we'll keep 6. Yep, that looks good to me. What do you got for me, opponent? Alright, so not the best draw. I don't really want to draw any lands right now. Getting to 5 lands is helpful for Nissa and Trostani, but right now we want more gas because they're probably going to Thought Erasure us. They didn't. Whoa. There's a first time for everything, I guess. I guess so. Play our land and say go. Next turn we're going to raise the alarm at the end of their turn. That'll give us 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. So even though they did that, we can still Loxodon. Very nice. Oh man. Do I wait? Do I wait a turn just to hold up Veil of Summer? What could they have? I'm so confused at what they could possibly have. Do we wait a turn? I feel like we just go for it. Hope they don't have anything. Like, that's my initial thought, right? My initial thought is just do it. If they have, Teferi or a bounce spell, then they'll just bounce one of these. But I'm going to go against my better judgment. Attack for 2 and say go. I want to try something that is different than what I normally do. Oh, shucks. Did I not play a land last turn? I was so... Oh my god. I'm so stupid. Oh gosh. If I played a land, I would have been fine. Now I'm just back to the spot where I was at last turn. Oh, come on, man. But my initial thought... See what I'm talking about? My initial thought was to do something that I'm not used to, or not used to, but my initial thought was to do one thing. But I would like to try to do the opposite thing to see how it works out, to get more knowledge and experience in both sides, because I kind of knew how the first one was going to end up, and that's how it would end up with Enter the God Eternals, which stinks. But because I didn't play that land, I kind of got screwed, because I have double Veil of Summer held up, Rough. And each opponent, and this gives me hexproof, so I'm still going to have to discard. And they got through our Nissa, so that kind of stinks. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. I guess we'll pass. We'll see what we draw. I don't know. This is getting a little, No. Everything's falling apart because I didn't play my stupid land. Gosh, these games are really, really good, though. They're really, really good games, but man, I'm drawing a card. Okay. Resolves. I will discard the land card. Yeah, land card going away. That's fine. Pass. Okay, they have 27 life and they don't want to do anything. Okay. Wish that was a land, but I digress. No attacks. We need a veterinary to locks it on off the top. Please, thank you. Narset Parter avails. Okay, so that doesn't kill any of my creatures, so that's good. Usually, almost all their cards kill my creatures. What is that? Oh, a Legion's End. Ooh, guess what? These are two different kind of soldier tokens. Yep. Are you kidding me? No way! Are you serious? They're two different types of tokens, but I guess they have the same exact name. You are kidding me. And it is all my fault. And we drew the Loxodon. No. Oh, darn, man. Well, that's no fun. Yeah, I'll keep this one. Goodness. And we get to keep up Veil of Summer, but I don't know how much, I don't know how long we're going to last against this brigade of enemies here. Need to gain some life. Look at the top four. What do you got? 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 The old cast down. Teferi. Oh no, he's gonna play this so well. I hate this so much. Oh, I'm so stupid. Oh, we lost. No. This game would have been so different if I hit my land drops, and then they couldn't have gotten the 4/4, and they wouldn't have gained the life. And good lesson for you all out there. If you're thinking about a play for a long time, even if the bar comes up, make sure to take your time and do everything you're supposed to do. Like each turn you play a land if you have one, and then each turn you use your planeswalkers. There's just like a certain set of things that you do each turn. And unfortunately, I forgot to play a land because I was thinking about the play I wanted to make more than doing my normal game actions. And that would actually change the whole outcome of this game because I would have had Veil of Summer up after I Loxodonted. And then moving forward, I would have had the other two Veil of Summers to negate their removal spells. So this game would have actually been a lot different, and we probably would have won it if I didn't misplay. So let's move on to the next round, and hopefully we don't misplay and we can take home a win. All right, welcome into round number 2. Let's take a look at our hands, see what we got going on, see if we can keep this, and it looks like we can actually. We are on the play, and we have Raised Alarm into Executioner, into Conclave Tribunal. Yeah, I definitely like having 2 tokens on the ground, 2 in the air with a removal spell. So, yep, let's go ahead and keep it. See what we're up against, see if they keep 7, which they do. So we'll play our Sun Petal Grove first because it really doesn't matter. Turn 1, untap Steam Vents. Probably an opt, I would assume. Okay. Definitely makes sense. I would definitely, if I saw Sun Petal Grove as my first opponent's land, I would definitely shock in to opt as well. Now, if I saw a basic mountain, I would not shock in. But we're going to raise the alarm. We're going to raise the roof. And then we're going to play a Hanged Executioner. Are you kidding me? Get out of here with your thought erasures. Maybe they'll take Conclave Tribunal. Both of these handle Nicobolas pretty well since we're playing against Grixis. We'll see what they take. Hopefully they don't have any Cry of the Carnariums in main, but they probably have Ritual Sets. So unlike Esper, we are not looking too good on the keep our creatures alive front. At least with the Esper deck, it was more targeted removal and not Ritual of Soot style. So, oh well. At least we have access to this next turn, depending on what they do. Hopefully they do not play Cry of the Carnarium. If they do, it is going to be one sad, sad day. For me, not for my opponent. Scries to the bottom. And plays another Thought Erasure. Ooh, got me. Well, you can take one of my 2 March of the Multitudes. Yep. Swing out. Do as much damage as we can. We're going to hang on to our Sapling Migration. Mainly because I think there's going to be either a Nicobolas or a Cry of the Carnarium in my future. If it's Nicobolas, we are exiling this guy and killing the Nicobolas stat. And we want to keep our March of the Multitudes, so this is a good card to discard to Nicobolas as well. But Devil. Well, that's a card. Sure. It's tough with this card because you want to convoke it to make more tokens. But you don't want to get caught up in making too many tokens into like a removal spell. And I want to keep the pressure on them, but what would be 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll make 5 tokens and swing for what, 5, 8 next turn. So we will hit for 3 and say go, because we can still make 2 tokens end of their turn, which will hopefully be enough, especially if we draw Trostani. There's the old Nicobolas. Yep, and we will get rid of our migration. So they bedeviled our guy so that they could play their Nick. Wait, 1, 2, oh, 2. Cancel. We'll pass. Can make more next turn. Even more. No attacks. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they have 2 more lands to hit before they can flip Nicobolas. They have a Ritual of Soot. It's going to be very, very unfortunate because we're going to not have a lot of tokens on the battlefield. And what we really need to do is dodge Ritual of Soot and then draw Trostani. So this is going to be 3. This is going to be 2, 4, 6. 5, 6. Pay all. Watch them have like a Sinister Sabotage or something. Yeah, we really needed that. So they can block 1 and go 6, 7, 8. Yep. They need 2 removal spells. And we got them. Look at us go. Tokens getting the win against Grixis. All right, all right. All right, all right. Cool. All right. So, Hanged Executioners are staying in because they have Nicol Bolas. Amara's coming out. Veil of Summer is going in. Devout Decree is 100% coming in because this handles Nicol Bolas and the Nicol Bolas Planeswalker. What to take out, though? I could see us taking out 1 March. And this is a tough one. I like everything else we got going on here. Probably... I like the marches a lot. Especially since if they... it's tough. It's tough. It's tough. I think we're playing more of a control-y style game, so... Take out a Sapling Migration, take out a Raise the Alarm. We'll just trim a little bit here and there. We're not going to take out like more than 2 of these or something like that. We'll just kind of, you know, nip at a couple cards here and there. That sounds better than taking out a bunch of Martial Multitudes when this card actually won us the game. So yeah, I don't think anything else is that good. Saddle's not. Nissa could possibly be good. Let's take out a Trostani for a Nissa. Because I feel like our opponents will have Ritual of Soot, but it's going to be really hard for them to handle 3/3s every single turn. And plus, our marches will be insane if we get Nissa out with a bunch of forests. Hand looks kind of slow, but we do have history into Tribunal, so... And we're on the draw, so we could draw like a 1-drop or 2-drop. So let's go and keep it. If they don't Thought Erasure us too much, we actually have a really, really solid hand for like mid-range styles type stuff. So there's another 3-drop for us. And we'll play our Sun Petal Grove. Hopefully we draw a 2-drop. We have 6 of them in there that make tokens. See if we get Thought Erasure here. We do have good answers to their Nicol Bolas, so that's good. Alright, we have a lot of our top end stuff right now, so as long as we hit our lands and the game, you know, goes at a decent pace, I think we'll be alright. Narset Parter of Veils, okay. Looking for probably Bedevil or Ritual of Soot, that's fine, that's fine. We will hold on to our stuff as much as possible. We'll just use these, because this is 1 card that makes 2 tokens. And we'll just try to beat you up from there. The good thing about Narset is that it goes over the other, what is it called? What is it called? It goes over the Nicol Bolas. I couldn't even think of what the heck I was talking about here. So, what are we looking at here? We're looking at Enter the God Eternals. I don't really care that that's on 1, honestly. We don't draw any extra cards. I'll just put the pressure on them. Do we force a ritual, or do we force a ritual, or that? They probably have another land. That's a tough one. They are going to have to ritual this turn anyway. So, and this is not flipping for any time soon. I don't think they want to take 8 down to 10, so they're probably going to ritual. Yep, there's the ritual. That's fine. Land is good. Now is this to just target creature? Nice. Make a dude. Tap 2. Play this. Hopefully they'll have another Ritual of Soot. Oh, I should have swung first. I forgot I had Vigilance. You can tell I don't play with this card very often. Oh boy, we are just we are in a tight plays today. We are playing at the top of our game right now. Nicol Bolas probably gonna kill our Nissa. We can take care of that though with our Conclave Tribunal. What are you going to do, Nikobolos? Yeah, you're probably going to kill that. Makes sense. Yep, bye-bye, Nissa. It was nice knowing you. Very nice knowing you. Well, let's see. Let us see. If we do Hanged Executioner, if we do this, what we have? 1, 2. Well, this has Vigilance, right? Oh, we can't do that. Well, we can do this. Let's go to combat. You at you and you at you. Yes, that was good. Okay, so now 3, 4. We still have 5 here. So we do this. Make 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me see. If we do this, it's gonna get smacked by that thing. But it's a good way to get that out of his hand, out of their hand, and make them use all their mana this turn. So let's do that. Looks good to me. Oh boy, this is coming down to the wire. I think they're gonna do this on this, but we were able to get 2 tokens on the battlefield. Next time we can tribunal that, possibly. Yep. Okay, so milling themselves. Cry in the graveyard is exactly what I want to see. Also, this in my hand. Yes, please. Thank you so much. And then I can... Okay, so I can do both. That seems good. So let's do this for 1, 2, 3. Yeah, tap for Convoke. Tap. Tap. Okay. Do I don't think I take out their zombie just yet. I can play this, though. Ooh, maybe I should have done that, too. Sure. Okay, so now we're, like, really, really set. We could do... Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Why can't I play this one? Oh, because it's 5. Haha! Okay. Well, as long as they don't have a Cry of the Carnarium, we are looking pretty good. This does not give us protection from black. It gives us hexproof from black. So that's a little risky business there. No Cry, no Ritual. Please, thank you. Can we dodge it? Oh, they're just swinging. Oh, because they have Ritual. You son of a gun. Well, we get to keep at least our 4/4. Might as well block because they're going to Ritual Soot us. Gosh darn it. Not looking good for our heroes. Unless they don't. I mean, they like that swing is like they obviously have it, right? I don't care if it just gives us hexproof. I want to draw a card. They have a negate? Do you not know how this works? I'm pretty sure you know how this works. I'm just trying to draw a card. Bedevil. Whew. Okay. Got me good. Well, we'll do this. Get a 4/4 into play. They have Search for Us, Kanta, so I don't know how good this is going to be. Not looking good for our hero. That's for sure. The double Ritual was very tough to deal with. Yeah, Ritual Soot is a very good card. Not looking great. Also not looking great. Darn, I really wish I put the 4th Veil of Summer on our board. My goodness, the blue-black decks are in... Like, they're nuts. We'll do this to Scry. Land to the bottom. Don't really need lands. We want, like, spells. They're down to 2 cards, but they have Search, so them getting the cards they need are very easy. Yep, and we are super done here, folks. Super done. They do have Chandra. Well, it's not looking good for our heroes. What can we do? What can we do? The Nissa was actually really good. Maybe a Johnny is just what we want because we have a lot of lifelink type tokens. Possibility. I think we just need all of our big spells. We just really need all of our big spells. History probably doesn't seem as good. Like, let's just go like super big here. We'll just trim 1 and 1. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? This makes lifelink tokens. This makes lifelink tokens. That makes lifelink tokens. Let's do this. It's a little weird, but I need the removal. Yeah, let's try it. I just want to. I just need haymakers because they just have so much removal. So maybe doing a like more Nissas possibly in the board for like these like blue black or Grixis type decks because Ritual Set is very, very hard to beat. I don't know, because the token strategy isn't too bad actually. It feels pretty good. Hag Executioner seems really great. Grixis is a tough matchup because they have so many planeswalkers and they have all the best removal. They have a lot of single out removal, and they have Ritual Set is actually insane in their deck because as opposed to other decks that they would face, because you know Ritual Set hits almost everything in our deck besides Trostani and Venerated Loxodon. So we're kind of at an uphill battle that way, but yeah, this is a typical hand. A little bit too many lands. Wish I had a Loxodon on top, but we'll keep it. We get to go Legion Landing into Raise the Alarm into flip Legion's Landing on 3. Flipping this might give us a way out through all of their removal. So we'll give it a go, see if we can draw pretty good. The big difference in this deck is that I'm not running Flower Flourish like some of the older decks. I decided to put more lands in the deck because I noticed that when I was playing it with Flower Flourish, if I didn't have that card, I would be stuck on 2 or 3 lands the entire game because it only ran 21 lands. So I opted to take out those 4, add 3 lands, go up to 24 lands, which has been pretty solid with, you know, getting to 4 and 5 drops pretty easily. But you know that pump spell is actually pretty good. But I digress. Maybe we just want to have some sort of anthem effect or something to kind of get around these things. I'm not sure. We could probably add blue for Teferi, to be honest. We can do like a Bant tokens list. And then on top of that, we also get like Negate or Dovin's Veto to kind of play against these Ritual type style decks. So, I mean, that's something we could possibly do in the future, is change this from green, white to Bant, which would be pretty sweet. Does make the mana base a little bit more painful, but it gives us, you know, more play against some of these tougher matchups. But so you always have to weigh what problem is this deck have and what problem is making these changes doing, basically. Actually, we'll just let them go because they can't take both. Yeah, so if you're like, this deck has a problem, what can I do to address the problem to make the deck better, either by main board or sideboard? And then if you want to change the deck completely, say, what problems does green-white have that green-white-blue, you know, will fix? All right, so we played our, what is it called? Raise the Alarm. We got to flip our Adonto the First Fort. They are playing Search for Azcanta, so we're going to raise the alarm again. They probably have Ritual Set, but we're going to clock them for a ton of damage right now. So we have Trostani. So we have a pretty powerful little line of plays here. So if we get Ritual Sooted, we get Ritual Sooted. But we got him to 6, and we're doing the best we can for what we're given. Ritual of Soot. Got me. All right. Yeah, enter the battlefield. Oh, we'll just swing for 1, put him to 5, and then we'll just make tokens every turn until hopefully we beat him, because this search isn't flipping anytime soon. And they're kind of on the back foot a little bit. A little bit on the back foot. If they play a nickel balls, it's going to be very hard for us to win. Very hard. Oh, come on, man. Give me a break. Since when does everybody play this card? All right, we lose. Good game, opponent. We gave it our best shot. I don't think getting a token every turn would actually help us win that game, since man, 24 lands and we just get flooded like crazy. We needed to draw a little bit better there at the end, but hey, we did what our deck is supposed to do. We made them have it. So that's one thing is like you have to think about is, are you going to play your deck to the fullest potential and make your opponent have the removal that they need to have? So they needed to have Ritual sit there, or I guess Cry of the Carnarium, but we only saw one of those in the second game. So the main thing is, if they didn't have that Ritual, we won the game. Because they had it, we ended up kind of losing the game. But the main thing is, they're not always going to have it. It always seems like they have it because, a lot of us play like a couple games a day or a couple games a week, and we run into it more often than not, and then the sample size is smaller, so it seems like it happens every single time. When you start playing hundreds of games a week, then it's more spread out and the data is more sufficient, I guess, or something along those lines. But the main thing is you have to choose between making them have it or playing safe and possibly letting them have more turns to draw that card. So it's like a balancing act. It's pretty tough, but really close. We almost had that win too. Two really close games against Esper and Grixis here. So let's go into round 3, and hopefully we can dodge these blue-black decks and have a pretty fun game. All right, welcome into round 3. We're coming off 2 really tough losses, but we're going to try to make this work and get the win. Feels like our last few games, videos, we've been losing a lot, so it's a good lesson. You will lose a lot and you will win a lot, so trying to move your way through the losses, especially when they're in a streak, is good mentally to kind of get used to that. But because it is going to happen, it's a card game. There's a lot of variance, so that's definitely something we can look into. But first, let's look at our hand. It's not the best. I think we need to mulligan because we can't play anything. Hand is, holy moly, not as good. Gee willikers. Probably gonna toss it back. These cards are strong, but they require other cards to pair with them to be strong. Just waiting on our opponent. All right, we're gonna mulligan as well. Hand looks great. Keep 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forest, plains. Hopefully we draw a land. Blue, green. So this could be a multitude of different decks. It could be the blue, green flash deck. It could be Bant Ramp. It could be Bant Scape Shift. It could be another Field of the Dead deck. It could be an Arcbow deck, a Sultai Arcbow deck. Okay. I can get behind this. I like this card. I think this card's really sweet. Doesn't see a lot of play because it's a little slow, but it has potential, and that's what matters. So the old Risen Reef trick. Yep. So Arcbow with Risen Reef. Discard a card. Look at the top X cards of your library. You may put a creature card with converted mana cost X or less onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom. Okay. 3, 4, 5. So this actually works out. Make a dude. Play a land. Play Loxodon. Hey, hey, now we're doing something. Look at we're doing the tokens thing. We're making tokens, making them big tokens. Feels good. Little 1/1 elemental can't hang with my soldier tokens. Chupacabra. Don't kill my Loxodon. Man, who plays this card anymore? Jeez. We always seem to run into these decks that play these really odd little cards that no one really plays anymore. Like this card used to be like the best creature, you know, before Ravnica block. And then as soon as Ravnica block showed up, it was just like, it was not good anymore. No one even cared to play it at all. Mainly because green-black decks kind of got pushed out of the format by all these big mid-range decks that goes over the top. But yeah, it's very, very uncommon to see the Chupacabra show up. But hey, you have Arcbow, you can go get it. Let's see if they activate Arcbow or they do something different. Oh, they have the cool Chandra things. They must have done their EXP thing every single day until, you know, they did that. So that's pretty cool. Let's make some more dudes. Trostani off the top. Absolutely not. Boy, I'm beginning to think I put too many lands in this deck. 24 and I'm flooding out every single game. And I have it recorded. I know I can go back and watch it. No, it feels like we're flooding out every single game. Maybe 24 is not what we want. Maybe 23 could be better. I definitely don't want to go back to 21. They did not activate Arcbow. That's interesting. They had 4 mana open with this. Okay. I feel like they should have, but hey, what are you going to do? So they missed the land drop. 4 cards in hand. They can activate this for 3. Let's make a token. It's nice that we have Adonto the First for it out. Holy moly. I know it's a small sample size. I know I don't play a lot. I only play a couple games every other day or so. But man, it feels like every game I play almost. It's either I'm missing my land drops. I have 3 land drops and I miss a bunch. Or it's like this where I'm just like, land after land after land. Whew. I am not too happy about that, but so this is going to your hand or on the battlefield? Onto the battlefield. Why aren't they activating this? They could have done that and then put a blocker into play. Are they waiting to just do one gigantic bow or something? So do it for 3. Discarding Frilled Mystic. Look at the top 3 and put... Yep, so there's a blocker. They could have had a blocker there. It would have been at 4 and not 3. Yeah, it seems strange for them not to use it when they could use it. Yarok. Oy. Well, let's make a token. Maybe we can draw... Maybe we can draw a... Hanged Executioner would work. Conclave Tribunal would work. Getting 3 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the same thing. So 4, and then this would be what? 2, 4. They still be at 2 though. Raise the Alarm is not what we wanted for Christmas. This is not good, folks. This is not good. Our plentiful lands. Now, if we draw March of the Multitudes, boy howdy, are we going to have a lot of tokens. But it doesn't look that way because we're not very deep in our deck. And like only 48 cards or 42. And we just seem to be drawing a lot of lands. So we will see. Oh, yeah, this double triggers now because of Yarok. Ooh, that's so silly. Oh, double Temple of Mystery? Okay. I mean, I love me a Yarok. It's like a Panharmonicon on steroids. It's freaking crazy. These sleeves are sweet. Look at that. Oh, that's so cool. I want these sleeves. I think you have to get to like level 100 or something. That's so cool. Come on, don't do anything too crazy. The bow's kind of neat. You might be able to get Yarok off of it sometimes. Another Leafkin Druid. Boy, ramp much? Holy moly. They're going to have like the biggest arc bow ever. Biggest arc bow alive. So there's going to be 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. They could do this for 16 next turn. I'm terrified. Play Raise the Alarm. What are we doing here? We counter spell or something? I'm very confused. I doubt you would have a counter spell in your... I mean, they do have Frilled Mystics. Okay. Yep, you can double counter it now. Double counter. We need a March of the Multitudes stat. Well, that's something. That is cool. Oh, boy. I feel like we take out bow. Probably. It's going to take a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah. Well, they shouldn't have countered my thing. Guess we're just going to take bow, because who knows what they could possibly get with 16 mana. And I guess we'll just kind of hang tough. We're at 23. Oh, gosh, this is a grind. This is a grind. Yeah, maybe combining this deck, Cavalier of Gales. What? Okay. They auto stack the triggers. Gotcha. Draw 3, put 2 back. Okay, so let's think about this while they do whatever they're doing. Green white seems to suffer from spewing out their hand and then having nothing. So the problem is that we are drawing too many lands. Maybe that's why they do the Flower Flourish, because they have less lands, but then they still draw these useless Flower Flourishes. Maybe 23 lands would be better. I feel like if we took a land out, the program would just not give us as much lands or something. I don't know. I'm just like paranoid. So the problem with this deck is it runs out of gas really easily. To combat that, we could combine this token strategy with a kind of a band ramp strategy. You know, mash them together so we'll get like Nissa, and we'll get maybe like some draw spells. I don't know. Another Cavalier of Gales. You got it, buddy. Ho boy. Yep. Sure. Yep. This deck is a little wild. It looks like a Jeff Hoogland deck, but man, they are just going off right now. You know what we're bringing in against this deck? Settle the Wreckage and a Johnny. That is for sure what we are doing, but my goodness. At the ripe age of 3. You got anything else? I mean, you got 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana left? Let's see. They did not swing. They're in their second main phase, and they're going to play another Risen Reef. Okie dokie. Pretty much just going to play out their whole deck at this point. They got 10 flying damage, which is super scary. Not anymore. Sweet. No attacks. Now at least we can live a little bit longer. So like the elemental Yarok deck that has Paradise Druids. The Chupacabra. That has Chupacabra in it. Why do you have Chupacabra? Yeah, we'll just do that now. They get double trigger? Ugh. Ugh. What, they targeted it twice? You could have targeted this. You silly goose. There's no need to do it twice. Oh, so they're taking out our soldiers instead of our flyer. Yikes. We are... Oh, no. I hope they might... This is going to be really close to decking yourself. They are having the fun. I'm going to let them have their fun because they probably don't get to do it that often, to be honest. But this style of deck probably ends up doing it a lot more than you think. Whoo, man. I mean, I enjoy what they're doing. It's super cool. But it's like tough for me to be happy for them when I'm getting just raffle stomped by this like absolute bonkers of a deck. You know what I mean? It's like so polar opposite. It's like they're just destroying us with how much like value they have. But at the same time, it's like I wish I was happy for you because this deck is crazy and it's sweet. Yeah, history Benalia. I'll just make a token now. No attacks. We do have a lot of life linkers, so like we are still alive. If they play another Risen Reef, we're like kind of in it. Oh, just play a bunch of elementals, please. That'd be great. That would be great. 17 cards in deck. I wonder if they have a... Nexus of Fate in their deck. Well, let's block. 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 Has 2 on them. 2. Those 2. Alright, I hope that's right. I really don't think we're winning this game. We are in the dumps right now. Lana Rouse, that's not an elemental. Boy, what I wouldn't give for a March of the Multitudes right now. Goodness. Come on, just one time March of the Multitudes. Vivian. That's a pretty sweet. I like the art on that card. That's cool. So what does it say? Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Exile 1 face down. Put the rest at the bottom of your library. For as long as it remains exiled, you may look at it and you may cast the card if it's a creature card. We will take 5 damage. It's the only creature they have that is dealing damage currently, or that can attack us through our measly 5 creatures, because we have a bunch of 0/3s and a bunch of other fragile creatures. So what do we have? They have a fistful of cards, 15 cards left in the library, 1 exile card that is probably a creature. Oh, well, here's hoping that they have a Nexus of Fate in their deck. Wowzer. That is a bold move if they don't have a Nexus of Fate. There is a... Okay, I mean, they're going to be decked if they don't have a Nexus of Fate. Right? Oh my goodness. Hello? Are we gonna... Oh, okay. Wow, we won the game. Well, oh boy. Okay. Well, let this be a little bit of a lesson to you elemental Yarok players out there. If you want to play a deck like that, put at least one Nexus of Fate in your deck. Just do it because you'll be very happy that you did. So that instance won't happen anymore. Now, if he had an Nexus of Fate, he would have drawn his whole deck out, and then he just cast Nexus of Fate over and over and over and just hit me in the air for 5, and then I'm dead. So, let's see what we're doing. We want to gain a bunch of life so we can exile each artifact and creature your opponent control. Sweet. Okay. Well, we want pretty much everything else. Let's just get rid of these sap. Let's get rid of these Wisey alarms. I don't think we want Mara either. Nissa's good. Sure. Let's just go real big and then have Settle the Wreckage with the Johnny. Okay, we're good. We're good. Boy, what a wild matchup. Like all they had to do was not play anything, just smack us for 5 in the air for 3 more turns. They're like, yes, I finally get to play my deck. I'm playing all the cards. Oh, wait. I ran out of deck. My deck is now empty and I lose. That is crazy. Sometimes you just gotta make them play it out, you know? Sometimes you just gotta make them play. Because crazy stuff like that happens all the time. Alright, so we're waiting on our opponent currently, choosing whether or not they want to play first or not. Then we get to look at our hand and choose if we want to keep the hand. Hand looks pretty mediocre, but we have removal and the old Loxodon on turn 4. So, yep, we will keep it. Doesn't look too bad. Land. Of course we're going to draw more land. It's going to be one of those games, is it, deck? I see how it is. Don't thought erasure me, dude. You're right. You're not a thought erasure deck. It's all good. Alright, so we got a Johnny. No actual way to gain life yet, but this also makes a Pride Mate, which is sweet. This gives us good protection for the old Pride Mate. They have a Leafkin Druid, Arc Bow. That's not looking good for us. Well, next turn, I think we're probably going to play Executioner, Legion's Landing, Conclave Tribunal. We need to get this off the table before it becomes a problem, because right now they can do it for 5. And that is not good. Risen Reef, not as worried about it as the old bow here. And we are set up to have a pretty good Ajani turn as well. So yeah, we will play Hanged Executioner, play Legion's Landing, and we will... No. We want to play Conclave Tribunal. That's right. Get that arc bow out of the way. I know how powerful that thing can be. I want no part of it, sir. So I think we can play a Johnny. And then we can play Venerated Loxodon as well. I don't think we even need to make an Ajani's Pride Mate, to be honest. This would just be one of those looming cards that will... Ooh, you're going to take my Hanged Executioner? Well, that is not nice. I wanted that. I really wanted that. Well, I still think we do the thing with the thing. We do the thing with the other thing. Well, well, well. What are we looking at here? That stinks because I really needed that to play this. I think we have to hold off on that, actually. Let's play sapling migration. Make 2 duders, and then we'll play this to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Boom. They all get big. They'll probably play the Hanged Executioner. They technically have white mana. Not enough mana. Oh, there it is. There it is. The big boy. The Cavalier of Gales. I was going to say Cavalcade. Whelps. What do we got here? Hanged Executioner you cannot play unless you play an untapped land. Which you do because you want to play the old Hanged Executioner. Sure ting. We are getting closer. Getting closer. If I play this plus the 6, we will gain a lot of life. Can they kill it though? I have blocker, blocker, blocker. They have 2 cards in hand. We want to keep up settle. I can kill this or kill that. Still have 2 blockers in the air. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. As long as that stays at 0, we're good. Well, do we risk it to get the biscuit? Yeah, let's do it. Johnny. Woohoo! Let's gain some life. We're at 28. We need to be at 35 for this to work. No attacks. What you got for me, opponent? Opponent. This would be nice if they can't kill this. Holy moly. Okay. Well, they're just going to keep doing these value plays. If they can't kill this, then next turn I get to plus and then have settle up as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 28 is what, 35? Ooh. What else you got? You got arc bow. Ugh. That is an artifact which gets exiled to this. We will chump block. Sweet. We need to make a creature. Ho 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 ho! Holy moly! Our creatures are gigantic. Giganto. Alright, we're right where we want to be. No attacks. They have to kill this. Ooh, we get back our Hanged Executioner. Yeah! Give me it back. It's mine. 1, 2, 3, and you can't activate its ability. May I please have my Hanged Executioner back? Please. Please. Can I have it back? Come on. Oh no. Are you... Please, can I have it back? Pretty please. Oh, thanks. Thank you, opponent. You're the best. You're the best. What can they draw to beat a Johnny? I'd assume not. Oh, I don't want to say nothing because... Are they doing it for 3? Okay, they put a land where elves in play. So now, oh boy, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. They do this for 11? Go for broke, man. What do you got in your deck? Let's go. Playcrafter, not gonna work. I really like this card. Put a creature card, okay. So we will block, and block. Yeah, we just don't want him to dig any. Oh no, did that block incorrectly? Fudge. Fudge. That's not good. Didn't mean to do that one. So if this dies, it is all my fault for blocking extremely terribly. What? I just wanted to jump, man. Oh no. Shuffle it into your its owner's library and then scry 2. Oh, so they get the scry. Oh no. 2 on top. What? Okie dokie. Still think I win though. 0? I think that's still a win. They scryed 2 to the top. Did we get there? Just let it happen, opponent. Let a Johnny take you down, just like he took Nicol Bolas down. Go for broke, man. Just do it. Arc bow, arc bow, arc bow. Let's go. Arc bow for 12. Yes, sir. What you got? Is there a creature that like destroys all creatures? No, there's not. Actually. All right, Cavalier of Gales. I think this is game over. We have a lot of power in play. Let it happen. Let it happen. Let it happen. Let it happen. Oh, woohoo! Let's go! Bang, 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 bang. Woohoo! A Johnny, you dirty rotten you. You came through in the clutch for me. Woohoo! Yes! We did it. We won a match, everybody. Can you believe it? I'm so happy right now. All right, after a crazy game 3 or match 3, whatever you want to call it, let's go and take a look at the deck, what I liked, what I didn't like, where we can move this deck forward going into rotation and then, past that. So obviously we're losing Legion's Landing in the fall, so it's going to be a tough one to swallow because it makes tokens every turn when after it turns into a land, and it makes one on turn 1. So we'll have to find... I'm sure they'll print token cards and throw in a Veldrain. So moving forward, we'll have to find a replacement for that. Amara didn't really show up that much. Not really a big threat. Probably going into rotation, we'll have more of her. Probably 3 or 4 maybe. Raise the Alarm is sticking around. Super good card. I love that. It's an instant speed. Sapperling Migration is out the door as well. I'm sure they're going to print, like I said, token cards in the next set. If they don't, then we'll have to fill it in with something else. Hanged Executioner, fantastic card. Really like that it can exile a creature and made blockers, especially when you're playing one card and getting 2 bodies out of it. Exactly what you want to see, because Raise the Alarm and Sapperling Migration do the same thing. You're getting 2 creatures for the price of 1. Same with History of Benalia. This is over 2 turns, but you're still doing it. Now this goes away in the fall as well, and the more I talk about this deck, the more I see that a lot of these cards are rotating. So we'll really have to do a big overhaul of this. Once we start getting spoilers and everything for the new set. This card obviously is super great. They need to answer it or they're just going to get clocked for a bunch of damage. March of the Multitudes, I really wish I drew this more. That's why we had 4 in the deck. The one match it actually won us one of the games. Definitely would like to see more of this. I think if we move forward, I think we'll kind of combine it, like I said, with maybe a ramp deck so that we can get Nissa, which will double the forests in our deck, which will make March of the Multitudes absolutely crazy. So let's go on to Conclave Tribunal. It's okay. I mean, it's just, it's an Oblivion Ring. It does its job. The fact that it has Convoke it's insane. So you can play like Hanged Executioner, and then for 2 additional mana plus tapping these 2 creatures, you get the Oblivion Ring. So sometimes it's free, sometimes it costs like 1 or 2. So and this one's sticking around, so we'll definitely be playing a playset of this every single time. Same with Loxodon. This thing pumps all your little creatures to make them huge threats, and it's sticking around. Trostani was very, very good. Got to get our card back from Hostage Taker, which is a very popular card, and I assume will be a very, very popular card going into rotation because, well, it's a pirate. No, never mind. It's going to be rotating. But Mass Manipulation will still be around. Nissa with the ramp will still be around. And I think Thief of Sanity will still be around. So being able to get your cards back, or just your creatures, will be a huge swing, because if they try to temple you out by taking your creatures, then you just got to get them back. Overall, the deck was really, really great. We just ran a little cold there the first 2 matches. We did get some wins, though. We got some wins, and they were really close games against the blue-black decks. Those are definitely going to be harder decks for this archetype, I guess, just because they have a lot of removal. They have, some of them have Ritual of Soot, so they can take care of all your creatures really easily. So if you don't get off to a really fast start, then you're kind of up a creek there. But overall, I thought the deck performed pretty well. We did get in those spots where we weren't able to draw any cards, and we weren't able to get through the land pocket that we had in the deck a couple times. So it would be interesting to see if moving forward that this turns into a banned deck, so we could play Teferi, which will also allow us to play some of our sorcery speed spells, on our opponent's turn. So I'd like to see it in a Bant Shell, maybe just splashing just for Teferi, and then we put in Nissas and a few other big cards. Sideboard was actually pretty good. I think we want the 4th Veil of Summer because the blue-black decks are so incredibly terrible to play against. So maybe more Devout Decrees, maybe not. Ajani was fantastic. Super, super good against the, elemental, go wide, fill the board, install the game type decks. So definitely enjoyed having 2 of this in the sideboard, because it just won us the game outright. Settle the Wreckage is going away, so we don't really care about that. Maybe put more Nissas in here. Definitely want more Veil of Summers, because our blue-black matchup is so bad, and I believe Esper is going to be sticking around through post-rotation. So just seeing what our really, really bad matchup is, and then altering our sideboard to be better against it, is where you want to be with your sideboard. Actually, we're not just tossing in cards just to kind of fill out the 15. We're like, oh, this card's kind of good, this card's kind of good. We need to identify what is really tough for our deck to beat, what we can't beat, and then utilize our sideboard to transition to a deck that can beat those decks. So it's a really fine line. It's really tough. It's been harder and harder for me to learn how to sideboard, or relearn how to sideboard. I feel like when I first started playing, I was really, really good at sideboarding. I knew what cards needed to be put in there. But now with so many decks being super good, so many cards being really overpowered, it's really tough to figure out what cards you want in your sideboard, because there's just so much to prepare for, really. So you just kind of have to single out 1 or 2 or 3 things that really crush your deck, and then make sure you sideboard appropriately. But overall, deck is great. You should try it out. And with the last month that we have, I would say try this at FNM. You'll probably win a lot of matches, and you'll catch a lot of people off guard, because they're not really expecting the token strategy anymore, because honestly, nobody really plays it. And there is an Abzan version with the Zombie Knight that whenever a creature comes in, your opponent loses a life. So you can probably try that. Check Jeff Hoogland's YouTube channel. I believe he has Abzan tokens on there from the last few months. So great deck. Had some really great games. Really fun one at the end. Definitely go out and try it yourself. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the deck, go and hit that like button. Go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the deck. What would you change? What would you keep the same? Are you going to go play it in FNM? Because you only have a month left and a lot of these cards rotate. So if you're going to play it, get out there and play it. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, magic is great and so are you. Stay positive and play Islands.